Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on our weekly Tuesday show. You get me? Husam x Callum x Tom. We're here to talk about the Liverpool victory over Chelsea. We're here to talk about Leipzig. You get me? And Arsenal. There's a lot for us to discuss today. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button on your way in, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. And joining us on the channel first, I'm going to introduce him first. You get me? Because he actually got the prediction spot on. Last week, he said 2-1 Chelsea. He said it fully. Me and Tom, you get me? We kind of overcooked it a little bit. Callum was like, let me show you young guns how to make a steak. And then he just put the butter and the rosemary and he was just like basting it like Gordon Ramsay. And he said 2-1. And you get me? His prediction is 100% spot on. You get me? So joining us on the channel is the man, the myth, the legend. Man like Callum is in building. How you doing, Callum, man?
Not too bad, bro. Not too bad. I predict these things, bro. I predict these things.
Did you just pull out the Conor McGregor?
Yeah, I predict these things. I predict these things. They talk.
Oh,
I predict these things.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. And the fraud himself is here as well, chat. The fraud himself is here. And me and Callum are going to expose him together. You get me?
Don't put me into this, bro.
You've already bottled it. Already. Guys, Tom Little was wearing an England shirt. As a Scouser. Imagine. Where's Jack? Where's the real Scousers in the chat? This Jedi was wearing an England shirt.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As born in Liverpool. This is why Jack told me to call him a Jedi, because he's a Jedi. You get me? He's wearing an England shirt. He went and changed it before the stream started, because me and Callum ruined him. Told him, go take off that shit right there. You get me? So, but we all love him. Man like Thomas Little in the building. How are you doing, brother?
That is a horrendous claim with no factual evidence. So I will be calling my lawyers and having said these talks being done. By the way, there's two things that need to be addressed before we start the stream. One, you tried to put me in the same category as you with predictions. I said 2-0. I weren't even that far off. If Canate could hold off sideline, I'm spot on. But I'm dragged in the category of you overshooting it. I'm not Mr.
On your Friday stream, you were like, imagine we beat them 7-0.
With you, I was going like, imagine if we beat them 7-0 for what you could do. I knew. See? I was 2-0 from the start. See? I was 2-0 from the start. I wanted the clean sheet.
Little guy.
Also, I am here with an absolute fraud at the bottom. The man who spent an entire week trying to push it on Chelsea. Oh, you're shit. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. We're gonna beat you. We're gonna smash you. We win. Let's bear this man. We didn't lose, people. We didn't draw. We won 2-1. We're top of the league. And Husam is sitting there doing this apology tour around all the channels. Oh, I'm sorry, Chelsea. Oh, I'm sorry, Enzo. Oh, I'm sorry, Cole. Oh, he's actually quite good. You'll win the league next year. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. We won. They did none. We were fine. You would have thought that we'd scrape the draw. You would have thought that Chelsea had two perfectly good goals disallowed. Honest to God, the way he's going about, embarrassing. Sitting there apologising to everyone. Where's our apologies? Where's ours? You've apologised more to them and they lost.
I said we'd win. Why should I apologise?
You should be getting apologies off everyone else, not sitting there apologising to everyone. Come on,
Sam, remind us, what was your score prediction again?
4-1. Listen, here's why I apologize to Chelsea. When I was watching the game, I was like, listen, Chelsea are nowhere near as crap as I made out.
We said this. Me and Tom said this to you for about an hour.
Yeah, but that's why I was the one that needed to say this, not you both. Because when I was watching the game, when the full-time whistle went, I found myself relieved that the full-time whistle went. And when I was relieved that the full-time whistle went, I was like, what the hell, bro? There is no way everything I'm saying about Chelsea is true. They're actually not a crap side. They're actually decent, and they're going to make top 4. And by the way, what I said, even in that video, Tom, I appreciate the fact that you're a fan. I appreciate that. I hope you like.
I haven't even watched the video. I will be
You're a
so
fraud.
honest. I don't. I'll be honest,
fraud.
Sam. I'll be honest, completely,
fraud.
utterly honest. I
You
don't
could
even
have
know if I'm
lied.
subscribed.
You could have at least lied in front of the camera.
No,
you
but
fraud, and said
I'm
yes.
an honest man. I'm an honest man, and I'm going to be completely honestly honest. I have no idea if I'm actually subscribed.
Since you're an honest man, did you enter the stream with an England kit?
No.
There you are. See? Never trust Tom Little. I've been telling the people. Wallahi, he was wearing an England shirt. Chat. Wallah. And you know what makes this worse?
I entered the stream with my camera off, actually. So you asked how I entered the stream. I entered the stream with the camera off.
And
Next
you know what
question.
makes it worse?
Next
He went
question.
from England shirt to the McDonald's kit. That's like
Yeah,
he didn't even choose a good
I went
one.
to a kit that we won trophies in because
He
we
didn't
win
win a
stuff.
good one.
Hey, don't put respect on that Carabao Cup and that FA Cup. Big trophies.
Big up to Kobe Minamino. Big up to him. Anyway, on that note, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. You get me? Let's get the likes to 100 likes ASAP. Tom Little and Callum's channels are in the description. Make sure you guys go check out Kopish. Make sure you guys go check out Thomas Little's channel. You get me? If he ever deletes that video that's meant to.
I don't know how to. I deleted it off StreamYard because I knew I couldn't make it because I was ill.
No, you got to delete on YouTube as well.
Oh, for fuck! I don't know that. I pressed the button there and then I get messages going, "You're 5 hours
and you
late to
can
your
delete
stream."
it on StreamYard anyway, but you're
I did delete it on StreamYard. It's not on my StreamYard anymore.
You're actually so stupid. I'll show you right now. Here,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna prove a point
it's an
that
easy
you're
one,
actually.
you know, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's pretty simple.
This is the Shakhtar Donetsk stream. You see the screen? You see it? When you go delete,
I'm not
it
blind.
gives you the option delete on YouTube. Fucking check it, you stupid fraud. Just check it.
Hey, my stream's not there now. My stream's not there now. It's good. It's good, people. You can stop moaning. I'm not late to my stream. It's not there. It was never there.
You know,
it must have got automatically deleted, thankfully. Because
some people were worried that you're not like. Some people were worried that you're not okay or something. They're like, "Oh my God, what's happened to Tom? He was supposed to stream." Blah.
I was ill.
Relax.
I was ill.
Wow.
I still am ill.
Oh, you actually were ill?
Yeah, I am ill. I still was ill yesterday. I just agreed to do shows while drunk and I had to do them. I needed to sleep.
Fraud. Anyway, let's go to Callum first. I want to start with him, the Chelsea game, because he obviously got the prediction right. Talk to me. What were you saying about the game?
Not too dissimilar to how I thought it'd go. I did think we'd score the first goal. I thought we'd go 2-0 up, actually, and I thought they would get a consolation goal and make it tricky. A lot's been made about the possession or lack of possession we had. We ended the game with 43% possession. It's a 7% swing. If that's a domination, then I'm kind of shocked. For me, domination is maybe 65% and above. I think we limited them to chances. The goal that they scored, I thought was a good goal. I know Konate kept Jackson on side, but it's, again, fine margins. I think sometimes you've got to give credit to the attacker as well. And Jackson made a well-timed run. The ball through from Caicedo was a good ball as well. And the finish was good as well. We also played 12 men. The referee is, I find myself saying this a lot, but this referee was bad, like really bad. I felt like Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles had merged together and watching the game. He kept on giving them silly decisions. I've never seen a game where a shoulder barge resulted in a foul, like a 50-50 shoulder barge. He gave Chelsea as much as he could. We should have had another penalty with Cole on Salah. At the time, I didn't think it was a penalty. Watching it back, it was a penalty. But if I'm going to be fair as well, from what I've heard, Trent should have been a penalty on Sancho. I think he caught Sancho as well. So that balances itself out. Still not as clinical in front of goal as I'd like us to be. Jones has got to score when Nunez puts him through. And I don't know why he's dilly-dallying, but the goal he takes was brilliant. I thought he had a great game. I thought Gravenberch was an unsung hero because he played a lone six for most of that game as opposed to a pivot. Szoboszlai is really worrying me. His form, it smells like gone off chicken at the moment. It's really, really stinky.
There's a guy from Hungary who watches me yesterday, and I called him a dog in that game. And he was like, "This is an insult in Hungary. Why are you saying this about Szoboszlai?"
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You're actually making
Lad, you're not going to be allowed to
globe.
go anywhere in the
Yeah.
world. You're
Like,
pissing off
you don't-
everyone.
Yeah, you're making enemies across the globe. This is Colombia and Hungary now. Like, it's up to you if you want.
I'm 90% sure Uruguayans probably don't like you. I'd hedge my bets on Uruguayans having
Oh
an
yeah,
issue as well
Uruguay
with you.
definitely don't.
No, but then
That's
I can
fake
start
issues.
Suarez prop, and then they'll like me again.
Maybe. But yeah, I thought Nunez was excellent when he came on.
Here he is. I'm not even lying. Mihaili.
Yeah. And
Mihaili, I'm sorry, bro. Soboslai didn't have a good game, bro. What do you want me to say? I swear he didn't. You know,
I'm
he
not
played a
involved.
tactical
Mihaili-
role and he was good
Mihaili,
pressing.
Me and Tom are all good with Szoboszlai, just not happy with his format. We're still good. But in defense, Virgil and Konate, Virgil van Dijk's the best centre back in the world. Any debates? I'm more than happy to have it. He's the best.
I mean, on a
agree.
weekend where William Saliba's getting himself sent off.
Exactly. And Trent at right back, defensively, one of the best games I've seen him have in the last 4 years.
Yep. Fact.
Brilliant defensively. Yeah, and we're top of the league, isn't it? Let's have it. Arsenal next. Oh no, Leipzig next, and then Arsenal. I'm winning 6 points.
So you're calling me out and you call him trash.
No, but you called him a dog, bro. There's a difference.
Yeah, but like a dog as in run around and stuff. That's better. So Callum, objectively speaking, which is worse, dog or trash?
It depends on the context
boy.
of the dog.
Yeah, it depends on the
Dog
context.
can be wild.
I'm not
You want to
gonna
know
lie.
the context?
call him
Mihaili called me out for calling him a dog, and he's Hungarian. So which is worse?
I'm not gonna lie.
Trash
If
isn't
someone
even that
called-
bad.
Yeah,
Trash-
I can live
trash
with
isn't
trash.
even that
Someone
bad.
calling me a dog is a madness.
Because like trash
Maybe
is like the
maybe I should
lowest
change it
form
to
of
like. Yeah, I should change it to like a dog. Maybe that way that he would.
Because like
You know.
calling someone trash is like me calling someone rubbish. I'm not asked if someone calls me rubbish, but that's like the lowest form of it. It goes like shit. Then if you call me shit, it's more offensive than that. Dog is just wild in its own context. Why you call me a dog? Like that.
I'll tell you why.
Bad.
Because I think Soboslai's best thing in that game was him running. I swear to God, I'm not even making around. I'm not even making it up. The fact that he defended and ran was fantastic. But when he got on the ball in the final third in that number 10 position, I was nauseated by what the hell I saw. Okay? This is the reality. There was a moment in time in the second half where we were counter-attacking. The guy controlled the ball and the ball bounced 5 yards in front of him as a number 10. When you're the number 10 of the team, you're supposed to be the most joga bonito person in the whole team. You're supposed to be, like the skills guy, Guy couldn't even control a football. But once again, he's the first name on the team sheet for me against Arsenal. All I'm telling him is run at Rice. Every time Rice get the ball, run at him. That's it.
He's not a star.
I'm sorry. After watching that Curtis Jones number on Cole Palmer, I would trust Curtis Jones to do a number on Declan Rice if he needed to. It's almost like Husam. I wonder who was saying before the game last Tuesday. I wonder who was saying they would personally start Curtis Jones at Chelsea. I wonder who was saying that.
Yeah, but you said Curtis Jones ahead of Soboslai, by the way.
Yeah. Still wants a Curtis Jones starting.
And you're wrong. What do you mean, yeah?
So you're telling me if we played McAllister instead of Soboslai instead, you're telling me basically McAllister Jones Gravenberch wouldn't work, but Soboslai Jones Gravenberch did work, despite the fact Soboslai won no tackles, no duels.
Who you playing in the 10 out of those three, Tom? I played
McAllister in the 10 against him.
My guy. Ain't no.
What do you mean, my guy? I was the first person to suggest this on YouTube. What the hell?
I was.
You just said it wouldn't work.
Last season in the 10.
Tom is the biggest liar and hypocrite. Did I not say McAllister in the...
no French around here, bro.
Callum, I swear to God, I'm not even lying. I told him McAllister in the 10, and he told me I don't want McAllister leading our press. I swear to God, that's what he said. Don't lie, Tom. Thank you, Redline Teranga. Thank you. The chat are vouching. They know that I was the first person to say that.
I agree. I don't want McAllister doing the same pressing role that Soboslai does because it'd kill McAllister. You'd have to change your press if McAllister played in the 10. But if you're wanting quality passing, quality decision making, quality on the ball in the final third, yes, it's got to be McAllister. I don't think I said anything wrong. I said I don't want McAllister pressing like Soboslai does because it'd kill McAllister and he can't do it because he's not as quick. The whole part of Soboslai's game is the fact that he's so quick. Even if he's a bit slow into the press, he'll make up the ground. But I don't even know why we're talking about it. He was the worst midfielder on the day. Curtis Jones, my fucking hero. What a fucking performance. Cole Palmer, the big I am before the game. Oh, I haven't scored against Liverpool, but that's because they only played them once last year. Done fuck all. Because Curtis pocketed them, won a pen. In my opinion, should have got a second pen. And scored. He put in the perfect performance. Defensively, rock shot. Bam, Robertson in the first 20 minutes. We'll ignore the Robertson first 20 minutes against Madueke.
That was.
But after that, the defense was pretty faultless. Attack. We basically just realised that I don't know why Maresca decided to invert Malo Gusto and basically leave Colwell 1v1 with Salah for the entire game and then act like we're not going to pass it in there. I actually don't even think Gakpo had that great of a game. He was all right, but we didn't give the ball out to him enough. Nunez. Darwin Nunez. Was he the DM we needed all along?
No, let's not do this, Tom. Man.
What was it?
See?
No, because
See,
statistically,
Callum, this is the guy that you back every stream. I told you what
no. Because
is he the DM we needed?
I can't
Because-
keep on jumping on your team and then you sacrifice me to the wolves, bro.
I'm just saying.
Ah.
Completely out of context stats.
More
Nunez has won
tackles than Declan Rice. Yeah, go
Thank
ahead.
you. More tackles
Yeah,
than Declan
yeah.
Rice. More successful long balls than Declan Rice. He's a deep line playmaker. Maybe
And then Callum
maybe that's
wonders
his
why I
role.
can't quit smoking because I work with him every week. I can't. The stress levels
What
are too high.
are you telling me?
Man just said Darwin Nunez is the DM that we need.
Are you
Your
telling me?
fraudulence
Are you
knows no levels.
Husam? Seriously. Are you telling me we couldn't Joe Lintonify Nunez? Are
No.
you telling me we couldn't turn him into a midfielder?
No, we can't because you know what Joe Linton have that Nunez doesn't? Fundamentals of football.
Hold on, Tom, are you doubling down on this, bro?
I think if it came down to it, you could turn Nunez into a serviceable midfielder.
Big up, Tom. Spud me. Yeah, go ahead, Callum. Spud him again. Yeah, go ahead, spud him.
Tom,
Yeah,
bro,
go ahead.
No, because are we all acting like we haven't seen Nunez's pass?
Every week, Callum backs
When
Tom at the
Nunez
start
has
of the
time,
stream
when
and then he
Nunez
throws
has
him to the
time,
wolves.
when
Every time.
Nunez has time, when Nunez has a little bit of space and a little bit of time, his passing's actually all right. He wins his duels. I'm not saying you're getting Kante, but I'm saying if worse came to worse, I would chuck him in midfield.
Which
If
position
worse comes
is
to
he
worse,
filled?
sell him. That's the correct solution.
Are you talking
not
about in a
midfield.
double pivot, Tom?
No, not alongside Gravenberch. It has to be like an 8. An 8 as the most like risk, and then maybe a 10.
A box to box. You're having Darwin as a box to box midfielder.
Yeah.
So what
Box
do you
to
think
box.
happens when Darwin gets pressed in midfield with the ball?
We
sorry,
cross
Gary.
that bridge when we get to it.
I mean,
Can I
would
show you
be a
something, by the way,
cross,
Callum?
bro, like-
Out of respect for Tom, I stopped playing this, but I'm just going to show you a list of Tom's crimes. So just read the screen, please. That's the list of crimes right
Well,
there.
You think
Wild.
you've done something there? You think you've done something there, Hassan? I'm watching a fantastic 2.5-minute comp of Nunez's passes. I think he could do it. I think you could make him a midfielder.
That's the problem. You're going up compilations. We're going off.
You're willing to pay 70 for Decore, Tom?
Yes.
I 70 was a bit much, but yes, I would still actually buy the Corey for the decent player.
And he said 50 million for Romeo Lavia sets a bad precedent, but he was willing to pay 70 for Decore.
Right,
See,
you've missed
see,
all the,
this
you've
is why you
missed
should never
all,
back Callum,
you've missed
telling you
all
right
the context. You've missed all the context. I said after you've had 2 bids rejected and you made it clear you don't want him to be your number 1 target and you don't want to pay his asking price. If you then go back to them tail between your legs and go, all right, we'll pay you your asking price, clubs are going to start taking the piss out of you. Decore was
you know,
Decore was 2 days before the
yesterday-
window ended and I wanted to buy a DM. You just got to
2
pay it.
days ago, Tom, Lavia was the best midfielder on the pitch. He was. he was worth 100 million. Never mind.
Curtis Jones. We just act like Curtis Jones was on the football pitch.
Curtis Jones was very good, of course, and I think him and Mo were the two best players on the pitch. But the one thing I'll say about Curtis is, the only thing is sometimes I'm just begging him when we're on the counter attack, release the ball quicker. That's the only thing that pisses me the fuck off. And I just want him to be, if you want to play in the 10, we cannot criticize Szoboszlai and then praise Jones when we're saying, listen, take risks, bro. That's all we want. I'm not insulting you. I'm not saying anything bad about you. I'm just saying it's time to take a risk. That's it. Like the goal, the disallowed goal for Gakpo, the offside one. Had he just released Mo literally 1 second quicker, that's 2-0. That's game iced right there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, 100%. That's what I was shouting all game long. I was like, release Curtis, release it, Curtis. But anyway, eventually he had a very good game, specifically from a defensive perspective, where he just locked off Palmer, to be honest with you. So yeah, I said, Tom, I love you, but it's time to go. Yeah, what can we do, bro?
I'm talking myself into Nunez as a midfielder. You know, I'm watching this
not
video.
work.
I'm watching this video. Some of his passes are actually really good, and there's been a couple under pressure.
It is what it is, Tom. It is what it is. I don't think you can be helped, to be honest with you. Guys, I have good news. I have good news for the chat as well. Drifty will be joining us as well. Drifty has said he wants to come on the stream, so I sent him the link. So Drifty is going to be joining us as well in 2-3 minutes. So hit the like button, subscribe right here, right now. Let me just do a couple of these super chats before we actually carry on football conversations, hopefully serious ones. Big up to Gino, who says CJ in the 10 does what Szoboszlai does, but also attacks. No, we have to also admit Curtis Jones is not as good as an athlete as Szoboszlai is. Szoboszlai is a better athlete, meaning running around, pace and power, stuff like that. Szoboszlai has that, so I don't think, in terms of pace and power, at least minimum, he can do it. To be honest with you, Husam gonna need to hire doubles at this point. Pray for him, is what Red Lion Taranga's saying. Hey, Mihaly called me out, and then he called him trash in the chat. That's mad. Virgil van Dijk whistling to the tune "Old Trafford is falling down" is epic on the inside the Anfield. It's at the end of the video. I'm make sure to check that out, Niltpal. Thank you for the super chat and thank you for letting me know. Trash is worse. At least the dog is created by God. Thank you. I'm the only one who saw it. Get me? Calling someone trash as your countryman is way worse than dog. You know, at least dog could be used in a positive connotation. Big up to David. It says, please remove Tom from the stream ASAP.
You guys haven't seen this comp I've seen? Honest to God.
Is it the same person that made the comp of Nunez scoring goals?
No, he's not. He doesn't actually score in this one. It's just about his passing. Okay. Honestly, some of the chances that he created that we missed that season were horrendous, you know. Mainly, none of them were Salah. Not a couple of them were Firmino.
Are you talking about the chances Nunez missed or the chances that...
The chances he's created that people have missed.
Oh, Tom, you're doubling down on this for real, bro.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Oh, Tom, please, bro, please.
He's not going to work as a striker. Let's be completely utterly frank. It's been 3 years. If he was going to work as a striker, he would have worked by now. So maybe...
Even as a Nunez hater, I agree with Callum. There's more of a chance he works as a striker than a midfielder.
Yeah, mid. Do you know how technically assured you have to be to play midfield?
Yeah. Joe Linton has a good first touch at least, so let's not even go
Nunez
there.
Has a good
I don't even rate Joe Linton like that either, but...
Yeah. I agree with Tom 100%. On that note, the way Alisson scored against West Brom put him in Nunez' place and he got 30 GA, guaranteed. This guy. That's what I'm saying. This is Tom's logic. He's like, he made tackles against Chelsea. Let's put him in DM. That's Tom's.
No, he's made tackles all season. He didn't get 9 tackles in one game. He's got 9 tackles across the season.
Firmino used to make tackles. That doesn't mean he would work in DM. And now he's silenced. Right there. See, I know exactly how to silence.
No, because the tackles were different. I was watching Nunez make tackles in our own box. Firmino was making tackles in the final third.
Can you stop this? Just stop it. Stop it, please. Big up to you, Frank.
You're better than this, Tom.
I'm really not, Cal. I apologize. I'm really not.
And once again, this is the second week in a row where Callum makes a peace treaty with Tom, and this is the end result. Tom knows what's coming, and he's panicking clearly. Yeah, he is panicking. He just publicly admitted Nunez is not going to work as a striker. So he's just given up on that project right there. So, yeah.
I gave up on that project a while ago, I'll be honest.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. So
you
it's just
think there's zero chance for Nunez to work as a striker now?
Not for Liverpool, no. He's not going to be a good enough striker for Liverpool to win his titles. He can't lead the line for us if we want to win a title.
That's fair.
Yeah, I agree with that. When Drifty comes in, you'll have two Nunez fetishes here, is what Winston is saying. Okay, he's on his way, and I'm willing to have the conversation. I hope Drifty doesn't say that he could play him in the DM as well. Then that would be...
Look, DM might have been wrong with me. Midfield, I think, works. DM might have been a bit too much, but midfield... Nunez is a box-to-box 8.
Oh, Tom, even hearing it out loud, it stinks, bro.
Nunez is a box-to-box 8.
Okay, I'm going to stop this madness. Big up to all of you guys. Player Nunez is a false DM. Dumpelion, like, I don't even know. Sometimes this guy makes me speechless with his shit opinions. I can't even say anything.
I'm thrown, bro. Like, I'm thrown by this one.
That's what I'm saying. Man saw him do a couple of tackles.
When Arnie Slot starts Nunez in midfield, probably around January, I want praise. I want people to come back to me and go, "You said it first."
Okay. We'll do it.
There's two things here, though. He's got to start him and he's got to have a good game. Because I said about Gakpo when Gakpo first came to Liverpool, I said Klopp is going to play him in midfield, and I got laughed out of the room. But you could see it because Gakpo's got the capabilities of playing in midfield. Darwin ain't, bro. Darwin ain't got a half turn. His first touch is very iffy. He doesn't really play great with his back to goal. Midfield's wild, Tom. It's wild, bro.
Callum trying to reason with Tom Little.
You're not seeing the vision. You're not. Mind you, I'm not seeing the vision because I am still ill. Tom, so who knows? I might be regretting this when I'm, not ill. But I don't care. Right now, off the high beating Chelsea, Nunez could do a job in midfield.
I'm not gonna lie, Tom. This screams of Lemsip and Rum, bro. It does.
Yes. I'm just not even gonna say anything. Anyway, big up to all of you guys in the chat. You get me? Moving on topics before this stream, you get me, gets sent to hell. Make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing. I want to talk about the big three. You get me? Mo, Virgil, and Trent. There is apparently positive news on Virgil van Dijk's contract, which is great. Mo's performance against Chelsea, don't ever disrespect the Egyptian king, and Trent's performance against Chelsea as well defensively. What do you guys make of the big three right now? Tom, I hope you're not saying play Salah left back.
No. The big three.
Can you stop watching the comp and actually focus on the stream? What kind of professionalism is this?
I'm actually really caught off by how many good passes that Nunez actually makes.
Okay, park it to the side. Park it to the side.
I'm caught up. No, the big three that they're playing well, and they're always going to play well. I think for me, the big one has been Trent in the fact that now that we've stopped inverting him, people now think that he's all of a sudden learned how to defend. No, he always knew how to defend. Half of the problem with him was that he had to sprint back 30 yards every time we lost the ball because we had him playing DM. But he had to go back to right back when we lost the ball. Now he's just being told, sit out wide at right back. When we lose the ball, he's in position to defend, so he can get himself set for 1v1s that any winger tries to give. So, that's great. Van Dijk is just a joke of a footballer, and I'm glad that we're progressing with contract talks with him because there's still at least 3 years left in him. And even if there is, selfishly, I know it's not the smart decision because we're a self-sustainable football club and we have to sell players so we get money, yada, yada, yada. I just want one of these legends from this era to retire at the club. Is that too much to ask? Can I just have a player who played for us for like 10 years then retired at us? Rather than they do like 8 years, 9 years, and then they go to Saudi for the last couple of years. No, I want them to retire at us. I want Liverpool to be the pinnacle and the end of their career. I want Van Dijk to stay until he's 36 and then call it a day. I want Salah to stay till he's 39 and call it a day. I want Trent to... Well, he keeps himself in good shape, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
I've
changed my opinion on something. I think Mo Salah is the most important contract. I'll be honest with you. I don't think we can replace goals as easy as people make out. I'll be completely honest with you. And
And
I give you a genuine reasoning for it. By the way, just quickly, Drifty is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to you, Drifty. Thank you for joining us, my brother.
Oh, it's gonna be techie.
What's going on, people? What's going on?
Yes.
Fifty lad.
Big up. So I'm
It's
gonna make
gonna
a quick substitution on the screen. I'm gonna put the Nunez sexuals next to each other, and this is
Listen, Drift.
role.
I ain't say nothing bad about Nunez, bro. I just want to make that clear.
That's a lie. He was
I mean,
Not-
I don't know. Saying you don't
Not
think
good on
Nunez
the
is gonna make
half
us a
turn.
midfielder.
Hasn't got a first touch.
Yep.
Yeah.
I said his first touch is inconsistent.
Callum, you better team up with me now. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Yep. That's the.
I need some
Don't worry, Tom. I got your back, bro. I got your back.
See,
So
someone,
just
someone
quickly on-
sees the vision. Someone sees the Nunez midfield division. That's what I like.
Stop it.
Oh,
Stop.
Nunez in midfield.
It's over for you. It's over. The fact that Drifty says that, it's over, guys. It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
You know-
Drift, what you saying, bro?
yeah.
He was like, oh, actually, I thought,
Back your point, Drift.
Done. Don't go off camera now, Tom. Don't go off camera now. Why are you going
you
off
don't
camera?
you don't want to watch me blow my nose on camera. I'm doing
No. We've watched you say Nunez as DM. That's worse than blowing your nose right there. So let's not even start it.
DM was wrong.
Dad,
As an 8, as a box 8 or a 10. I see it.
Can we stop this and actually talk football, Tom? Please. Can we stop?
Cal, look at our 10s. Are you telling me Nunez couldn't do it? Are you telling me Nunez couldn't do an element of what Soboslai's doing? Come on.
I'm telling you, Nunez as a 10 would be terrible.
It would be better than Soboslai.
No, it wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh,
I'm still taking
okay.
Soboslai.
Let me just point out one quick thing when you say it won't be better than Soboslai. Nunez has played all of 180 minutes maybe across the whole season so far. Like he hasn't played much football. And in that time, I've seen him make 2 key passes. For example, the one he played to Jones when he should have won the penalty. I haven't seen Soboslai do that at all, and he's played every game. So I'm not saying that he's a good number 10. I'm saying he'd be a more effective number 10 than Soboslai at this point.
Yeah, but even if you're right about being a better number 10 than Soboslai, the benchmark is in hell then. It was like Soboslai has been really trash. Like it's just
Soboslai is not even the elephant in the room anymore. He's like the Boeing 747 in the room.
Do we not remember yesterday? Do we not remember yesterday the moment where Nunez makes that tackle on Caicedo? Oh no, it's on Gusto. Sorry, because Gusto was fucking Cam. Nunez makes that tackle on Gusto and then pings this 50-yard switch of play in behind to Gakpo's feet. That's like Pirlo.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Tom. Can you actually stop it? Can we get back to serious football talk, please?
No,
Stop
I
it.
thought as the most shameless person in the Liverpool community. Tom,
No, you're
you
not.
are head and shoulders.
No, you're not. Tom's the worst, not just the most shameless as well.
Bro.
But let's get back to the real football talk. Virgil, Mo, and Trent. I'll tell you why now I think Mo is the most important contract. I think our forward line goes as he goes. And it's obvious from the game we lost, Forest. Against Forest, he was crap. And we ended up losing the game. Like that's honestly what I feel now. And before, I used to say Virgil's the most important one, then Mo. But I just think like the efficiency and the goals and the assists and the creativity, I don't think you can replace that easily at all. Given the way that we operate, like as with FSG as owners, with Fenway Sports Group, with the way we operate as a club, I think we're going to find it more difficult to replace Mo than it is to replace Virgil. Virgil is phenomenal. And both of them are 10 out of 10 difficulty to replace. But I just think Mo's like 10.1 out of 10. You know, it's just like 0.1. So I'm not even saying, oh, it's so much easier. No. It's very small between them. But I'm looking at Mo this season, 2 days ago when I was doing Ahwa. One of the guy who's like complete technique merchant. He's like, you know, he's the guy that you guys are used based on ability, like those guys, you get me? Like, who just love this technique shit. He was like, he was like, I have to take a step back and admit Mo Salah's playmaking and creativity has taken the next level. So for me, I'm watching that and I'm thinking, how the hell am I supposed to replace that? I don't know. And the proof is the one game that he was playing like shit in, we lost. So like, I'm now saying, listen, bro, just renew all three because I don't have time for Johan Bakayoko to develop 7 years from now into some form of good player. Like, I don't have time for that shit. Like, I need him playing still. And if he has this good of playmaking, then we could rely on at least his assists to get us through games if it's not goals. So, you know, Drifty, what do you make of it since you just joined us? Tell us about the contract situation. What do you think?
I'm trying to be as positive as possible, but without sprinkling any delusion in. I think all three of them are going to stay in the end. I do. I think it's drawn out. The club are trying to be as cheap as possible. The talk is Virgil isn't even going to get a pay rise, which is criminal for me. I think he deserves back pay. The guy has been underpaid, but look, as long as he signs, I don't really care. He's getting paid well. I do think the Trent thing is probably Trent just wanting the money that he probably feels he deserves right now as well, which is like maybe 350. I think eventually the club will get it. Mo, I don't think anybody wants to finish their career at Liverpool more than Virgil and Mo. I think if you look at their body language, if you hear what they say, if you read between the lines, they both know they're Liverpool legends and they want to remain Liverpool legends, and they're smart because they know about legacy. And I think they both want to finish their legacy. If either of them go to another club and have to start again, where it might not even go well, the end of their career doesn't seem as good. And let's be honest, those two, there's statues that need to be built. From those two and what they've given to us in the Premier League. Gerrard hasn't even got a statue, so they won't get one. But you get my point. Like Gerrard should have a statue, and so should those two. So I think they'll all stay. In regards to your importance, though, I get what you're saying about Mo, and you forgot to throw in commercially how hard it is to replace Mo as well, which is another reason why I don't think the club will be stupid enough to let him go, because he probably brings in about 1/8 of the club's yearly revenue. If I'm being honest with you, like that is literally how big Mo is commercially. So I would be absolutely baffled if the club don't want to keep him. But I will say Virgil's harder to replace, bro. And the reason I'll say Virgil is harder to replace is if you look around the world, I can find you some creative players. I don't know if the club will have the balls to try and buy them. But for example, I could go to Real Madrid and I could just do everything I could to try and get Arda Güler. And then automatically we have somebody who's going to come in and give you that creativity, whether it's on the same level or not, but he would give you that level of creativity.
Yeah, but are we that type of club though?
Well, this is the thing, and this is why the owners need to get their finger out their ass. But Virgil, bro, I'll give you to the end of the stream, Don, to find me a Virgil level player. And I'm not saying Arda Güler is Salah level, by the way, but at least his creativity is brilliant.
There is
you
none.
could go and get Shirky. Shirky's creativity is brilliant. You could go and get Musiala. All of these players could bring you something that could ease the blow of losing Mo. But if we lose Van Dijk, you can scour the globe and you're not finding me any centre-back that's even remotely close to as good as Virgil. You're just not. The imposingness, the leadership, the consistency. Like, I can't. Who? There's nobody in world football. So I dread the day without Virgil, if I'm being totally honest with you. Like, Alisson and Virgil already scares the crap out of me. And we're not even at that phase yet. Do you get what I mean? Of a life where those two don't play for Liverpool. So yeah, it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I just
you know who the two perfect replacements if we had an unlimited budget? The perfect Van Dijk replacement, they're already mentioning it in the chat, would be Bastoni, and the perfect Mo Salah replacement would be someone like Vinicius, someone like that. But we don't buy those players. That's the issue. What's gonna happen is if we do get rid of Van Dijk, it's probably gonna be like Inacio or some shit. That's gonna be the Van Dijk replacement.
Schlotterbeck could work.
Yeah, or Schlotterbeck. That's still like 500 levels below Van Dijk. And if we get rid of Mo, I think the replacement is gonna be like Bakayoko level. Even Kudus is nowhere near. So like that's the thing for me. I'm just looking at the situation and I realize both of them are maximum difficulty to replace. But my issue with this, watching this current Liverpool side, specifically under Slot, because we're no longer like gung-ho football, all-out attack and all that stuff, we really go as he goes. and it just shows from the games. Ipswich, we went as he went. Brentford, we went as he went. Man United, 2 assists and a goal. The game yesterday, we've had plenty of performances this season where I'm like, if he doesn't create or score, we're actually screwed. Which at the same time as well, this is why I just push all agendas to the side when it comes up to the other 4. Jota, Nunez, Diaz, and Gakpo. I'm lumping them all together, and I'm saying at some point in time, one of you is going to have to step up, because we're going to have to find some running mate for this guy. As in, I just need someone to just get me close to 20 goals in the league. No need 20, but get me 18. You get me? Get me 19. Get me 17. Get me something like that, because we need help as a team, because like it just can't be just him all the time. Next week against Arsenal, if he has a bad game, are you confident of us winning or getting something? I'd say no, personally, because I don't trust one of the others to step up.
The
No,
thing
no,
is,
no,
though,
we'll be
Husam,
fine.
it comes down to the fact that I'd say so far this season, pretty much every game, partly down to how good Salah is. If you listen to Slot after the game, or you just notice in the game, we attack to Salah. We focus everything to Salah, so there's less of a chance for a Gakpo, for a Jota to be this central hub who wins a game for years when everything goes through Salah. Chelsea, the moment Malo Gusto inverted, Slot basically said to Salah, get wide, go stretch that pitch, and we will get that ball to you as quick as possible so you can get 1v1 with Colwell. And then you have a 3-on-3 with our 3 attackers versus their 3 defenders. And
Yeah, but that's what I'm
you
saying,
stick
running
Jones and
mate.
you do it. But
I'm not
but
expecting someone
you can't have a
to
running
equal
mate.
him.
You can't have a running mate when the running mate isn't given the same opportunities. A running mate is a guy who goes alongside, pound for pound. But Salah would be getting all the attacking because he's better. You're not going to find someone as good as Salah, therefore it doesn't make sense to not give the ball to Salah more.
Yeah, but that's why I was disappointed with Gakpo against Chelsea. I expected a bit more.
But
And
I
it's
don't
normal
think,
to expect a bit
I
more.
don't think we gave Gakpo. So the games Gakpo's done well in are the games where he's had the ball. And I look at the positions where he was getting the ball on Sunday. He was getting long balls. He was getting scraps to feed off. And he nearly got something out of it when he closed down Sanchez and then he passed it into him. On another day, that goes in the back of the net. I'm going, brilliant work. But outside of that, Gakpo wasn't really getting the ball to do anything. He's a guy who needs the ball. It was why Diaz came on and we were sitting there at the time, bringing Diaz on now, that could be a good move. He never got the ball to do anything because everything was going. Their left back goes inside. So we'll just go give it to Salah, who's outside, and he's got space and time to pick the pass. We basically cut off that left-hand side, which is why I feel like in games like this, it's hard to say you need a running mate because the system was designed to not have one. The only game where I would say the system was designed to have a running mate for Salah was that there's 2, United and Bournemouth, because we had the left winger busting a gut inside, running straight inside that fullback. Whereas in other situations,
the game away at
not really
AC
being
Milan,
involved.
as an example, Gakpo was the running mate.
Yeah. So
I
that's
think
I was
Diaz
gonna
has
say
been
that,
his
Tom.
running
I don't think it's
Diaz was the running mate away at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I don't think it's a system issue. I think it was a performance issue for Gakpo. Like that's Gakpo's worst performance so far this season.
Agreed.
So,
It was
like, for
being
me,
no
that's
scrap
people under the rug.
like Tom was saying. The way we were playing, because we were a little bit more countering, letting them have the ball, for example, when we're normally used to having the ball, it was playing out of Gakpo's hands. Do you get what I mean? Tom does have a point. Usually when we've got possession, Gakpo's better with the ball at his feet. Whereas in this game, it was more like hitting long and him having to have
I
more
hear that,
aerial
but
presence.
Remember, had it not been for a slight mistime run and delayed pass, Gakpo would have got a goal from a Mo assist. Gakpo got a chance where he isolated his defender, he cut inside fine, but he skied the shot. Like there's times when Salah picked up the ball on that side as well. For the Jones goal, for example, that could easily have been Gakpo making that run. If that's Mane makes that run. So, like, for me, it's not.
I feel like that was an instruction, though, because I feel like Jones got in that position too many times for it to not be an instruction.
Yeah. It was a game plan.
I think that's Jones' intelligence to make that third man run, though.
But I think that was part of the thing that Slot was looking at in the sense of Chelsea don't track them runs. Caicedo and Lavia weren't tracking any runs from behind. So if Gakpo's in that space, Jones can't make that run because the gap's blocked. And Reece James knew Gakpo was his man, so we'd stay tight to him for the most part. If Gakpo's out wide, all of a sudden the gaps in between the lines are bigger, and then the space to exploit. I just had a look here at the average positions, And Gakpo is basically on an island of his own. He's got no support because Jones and Robertson were next to each other because Jones had to do a more defensive job on Palmer. So whenever we were getting the ball, Gakpo didn't have a close option to play 1-2s with, whereas against Milan, I'll actually give Tsimikas a bit of credit here. He was really good giving Gakpo an option to play a quick 1-2 off of, spin Calabria, and then attack the space and going behind. I don't think that was necessarily what we were doing against Chelsea. I feel like we went into Chelsea going, how can we avoid being caught on transition? Because both teams' strengths were in transition. Both teams are best in transition. We're not best at breaking down low blocks. It's when there's a bit of space, we'll catch you on the break and we'll do you there. So both teams tried to limit transition. Chelsea just didn't do it as well. We limited pretty much every transition attempt that Chelsea had. But to do that, you sacrifice a lot of your build-up.
Yeah, but I'm talking more like I'm talking more about the whole season, Tom. I'm not just talking about Chelsea specifically. I'm talking about the whole season. That's what I'm saying. We need the running mate. That's why I wanted Diaz to start the game. Remember when me and Cal had the discussion last week? I was like, I'm giving Diaz the go-ahead for this game. I'm not.
It has been him, John. It has been Diaz. If you think about it, Diaz has been our second best performer out of the attackers this season.
Yeah, and I want Diaz to start against Arsenal as well.
If we're going to be real though, boys, and look, I'm kind of throwing him under the bus here, but the running mate really should have been Jota, no?
I mean, to be fair, there's only so much you can do when you're getting your rib fucking boosted.
No,
6
I'm
minutes
talking
into
about
the
this
game.
season, though. This season, as much as I rate Jota and like, I think he's our best finisher, he's not really been on it this season.
Yeah,
really have been Jota.
I've got bias with Josh because I think I really like him. I do think that a lot of the work he's done has went under the radar in terms of the runs that he makes to draw a bit of space out for certain people. Sometimes it isn't necessarily exploited, but I would agree. There's been chances this season which I back him to score, and he hasn't. And it's nearly cost us in a couple of games. I mean, ironically, the second best attacker on the day was Nunez. So, maybe he's the runner mate that we need. Just from late runs from an ace into the box, like Curtis Jones was doing. Maybe that's what we need.
If we look at the way Nunez played against Chelsea, and if we look at the way Jota's been playing all season, it has been very limited for the opportunities that both of them have been getting. And that's why the Jota misses have been kind of crucial, right? Because we're looking at, we nearly suffered there. There's that one chance and Jota's missed it, and normally he gobbles that up. Are we not maybe overlooking the fact that this might be the game plan? We're not used to the way Slot wants to play, so we might not have figured it out yet. But maybe the way Slot wants to play is you think the striker's the focal point, but really he's the dummy. He's the decoy. He's the one that's taking people out of position for midfielders and wingers to make late runs to cover the space. Because Jota and Nunez have been doing ridiculously unselfish running from what I've noticed across the games that we've been playing. And it hasn't been, they're the focal point, get the ball to them. It's more been they harass the defenders and watch the late runs from the midfielders, watch the late runs from the wingers. Maybe that's part of the plan. Like, maybe it actually is part of the plan.
Look at that first United goal. That first goal we scored against United. Jota takes both centre-backs with him and makes this run, which he's never going to get the ball. But as a result, that means Szoboszlai making a late run from midfield into the box and Diaz making a late run into the box from the wing are completely unmarked at the back post because the defence has been dragged away by Jota's run. And you can see it. So, I can't remember who said it on Twitter, but you can see Jota sort of calls for it. He calls it out when he's making the run. He's pointing and everyone else runs in behind him. There's clearly, to me, that element with the strikers in the sense of we're not creating everything for them. We're creating everything for the wingers, and the strikers have to facilitate, which is why, ironically, this season, if we had a prime Bobby Firmino, oh my God, the joy you'd be having right now in terms of facilitating and linking everything up, Arne Slot wouldn't know what to do with himself because he'd have so much more joy with it. As it stands, we've got Jota and Nunez, who neither are great at it. Both want to be the guys who are getting on the end of chances rather than facilitating. Jota's better at it than Nunez, in my honest opinion. But I do think that in the summer, if you're going to keep going this way, you're probably going to look to buy a striker who's more of a facilitator. Not a guy who's going to get you 25 a season, but a guy who can get you 10, like 15, maybe 20 on a really good season. But half his job is bringing all the others into play and causing centre-backs problems in a different way, just off the way that we played so far.
I don't think we need a Firmino type to do that. It just has to be someone who's a bit more assured on the ball, like first type. Like again, Isak for me is not similar to Bobby Firmino, but I think Isak could do that job. I don't think we're asking the striker to do what Bobby was doing. I think you ideally want the striker to be able to hold up the ball, look at the space that's around, and you think, all right, am I playing it to the wing? Am I playing it back to the 10? And I'm now making my run. And I know I'm going to get the ball back in some way, shape, or form, whether it be directly from the 10, or if it goes out wide, maybe a cross into the box or something. I don't think we need to complicate that much. I just don't think Nunez and Jota are
Do you
doing
think
it.
Isak would be happy with that role, though? Because strikers are in a nice possible way egomaniacs. They want nothing more. They would happily lose 4-3 if they scored a hat-trick type thing. Do you think Isak, who's, a guy who wants to get 25 league goals, 30 league goals a season, do you think he'd be happy sacrificing 10 goals a season in order to try and link up play? Or because I feel like that's part of the problem with buying a striker. You need to buy one who's happy in the role that he's got, and it's not going to try and cause a fuss.
I don't think you'd have to sacrifice 10 goals though, bro. Because even so far this season, Jota's on how many goals and how many chances has Jota missed? Like clear-cut chances that we'd never see him usually miss. So I don't think you'd have to sacrifice the goals. You just do.
You have a really expensive taste. So you're talking about Isak.
Now Isak's been a bit wild this season so far. I can't lie, he has been.
And this is why I was saying we got to pump the brakes when people say things like Isak's the best and all this stuff. Like we got to let people live
allowed to have bad form though. Players are allowed to have.
They are. But I've always said Isak's not a gunman. Just because he's a better footballer than Dominic, he's not a gunman. If you go and look at his career, he's not a gunman. He's a good player. For me, if we're gonna, I got attacked a lot for certain things I said in the past. I'll leave that there. But
I know how you feel. I know how you feel. You say something right,
you know
and then people have a go. Yeah.
I love the way you just played down some of the stuff you said, bro. Like,
but a gunman for me, all right. So if we're gonna run by this new metric that everybody's holding the standard to, a gunman has to get 20 goals, and therefore I don't think the league has any gunmen apart from Haaland, because I don't think anybody in this league is going to get 20 goals.
Isak got 20 goals last season.
No, I'm talking about like from now on. Like I think that was a very good season, but he's never got 20 goals in the league on any of his other seasons. Solanke, he's never getting 20 goals again in the season. I don't think Watkins is going to get 20 goals in the league this season. I think Haaland's the only one who's going to get 20 goals in the league.
Okay, so you obviously you want to have the Nunez conversation. We can have the Nunez conversation. We can start.
No, I just think it's wild to just
no, because you're indirectly having the Nunez conversation. So I'm like, might as well just directly have the Nunez conversation.
Why are we talking about Why are we talking about a box-to-box midfielder and a striker at the base?
Stop it, Tom. Stop it. Okay, let me just lay
out
up this.
How many chances does Isak get in comparison to your likes of your Jotas and your Darwin, and who's there created for? Because apart from Anthony Gordon,
nah, bro, I'm watching Newcastle. He's missing chances, bro. He's getting the chances. He's missing them, bro.
He's not getting the amount of chances.
Thrifty, you're saying missing chances as a Nunez guy is hilarious, by the way.
No, but this is my point, though. I hate the fact that people always berate Nunez for missing chances. Everybody misses chances. This has always been the point I've tried to let people know. I know Nunez misses chances where you look at them and you go, Darwin, man, how have you done that? Like when he went around the goalkeeper in the Europa League, for example, and he hit the post. I know that those chances are frustrating. Cal can attest to this. I never back him and go, it's a minor he missed that. I'm like, nah, he's got to score that. But I hate the fact that everybody just harps on about his misses and they don't talk about the good things he does. And they don't talk about the fact that the other players also miss gilt-edged chances. Ollie Watkins. Everybody told me Ollie Watkins should replace Nunez. Everybody. Have you seen the atrocious misses Ollie Watkins has been making this season? So, but if it was Nunez, everybody would be out with their knives, ready to cut his head off for it. And it's like, but what? Even though Haaland bags as many goals as he does because he's world class, Haaland probably misses the worst opportunities I've seen in the league, but nobody ever says nothing about it. Isak right now, it's crazy how many chances he's missing. Nobody's saying anything. Soon as Nunez misses a chance, told you about this guy, he's a bum. I'm just saying the energy is always agenda driven with Nunez. That's all I'm saying. He's not allowed to have one miss in a game, Don, without it becoming a whole half an hour. I've got to defend this guy in a post-match of like, guys, it was just one miss. What the hell? No, he's not good enough. Get rid of him. Like, it's just over the top. It's just over the top. That's my point. It is over the top. And I
Can I
still
tell
to
you why
this
it's
day,
not over the top? Let me tell you. Let's talk about the other
31
side.
GA, 31 GA. It's over the top.
Okay, no problem. Tell you why it's not
parents
over the
argue.
top. I'll tell you why it's not over the top compared to the players that you're talking about. Because Darwin Nunez has 13 Premier League goals scored from big chances and 47 missed. That's why it's a big deal. The reason why it's a big deal is the volume of big chances he misses compared to the goals that he scores.
Have you
That's
seen
the
what they
issue that I
consider a
have.
big chance though? Have you
Yes,
seen it?
I've
'Cause I
seen
watched
what
the
is considered a big
compilation.
chance.
Half
All
of
the
them are
tap-ins
not
that
big.
Nunez missed, that's considered
Half
a
of
big
them
chance.
aren't big chances though, bro. I
No,
don't know
no, no,
where
no.
they've got this metric for
With
big
Nunez
chances.
specifically, the eye test matches the stats because we're talking about genuine, easy chances right in front of the goal that he's missing. Haaland misses a lot of
Not
chances,
always.
but he also is the Golden Boot winner. So we ignore the big chances missed for Haaland because he scores a lot. If Nunez scored a lot, we'd ignore the big chances missed. Meaning,
No,
if Nunez gets
I don't agree with that, bro. I think
100%, I would ignore it. 100%. If Nunez scores 25 goals and he has 30 big chances missed, I wouldn't care. But you cannot have 13 big chances scored and 47 big chances missed. That statistic is not good enough. That's just
I
the
went and
reality.
looked at those big chances, and they're not big chances. Like when he hit the crossbar, for example, last season, I think it was Man United, and he hit the crossbar. They considered that a big chance. There was a defender on his shoulder, and he still got the keeper to beat, and he was at an angle. Yeah, it's a chance, but to call that a big chance, that's a stretch. Like things like that. Like I'm watching, I'm like, half of these aren't what I would consider a big chance. Ollie Watkins against Arsenal, those are big chances.
But every striker's judged by the same metric, though, Drew.
Are they? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Because when I'm watching the compilation of other strikers missing, those strikers are just like missing chances, big chances that I would consider big chances. Nunez is missing chances. I'm like, that's a chance, but it's not a big chance.
To be fair, I'll backdrift here. They can't. A lot of the time, if you go look at big chances missed, I know Gakpo last year had 4 big chances missed that were headers off corners. I don't think a header off a corner is a big chance.
It depends.
The metric is weird.
It's on. I'll be honest, Cal. They're on about the penalty spot. He's got 2 guys jumping up with him, and he's heading it from the penalty spot. Like I wouldn't class that as a big chance. I think context matters.
All right. So
this is not saying
even if
Nunez doesn't miss these chances, but certain ones are a bit skewed.
the eye test is there as well, guys. We've seen him round goalkeepers and hit the post. We've seen him have the ball kicked across the 6-yard box and he doesn't make contact or he misses the chance when there's like we've seen him miss when against Ajax, for example, when Bobby's played the ball to him and he's hit the post with his left foot. We've seen loads of chances where it's not even a big chance. It's almost a 1 for XG and he still missed it. So we can't have it one way where we're saying these big chances and then others where we've actually seen with our eyes him miss chances that I'd expect my kid to tuck away. So and plus Ollie Watkins, Nunez, they all miss. Sorry, Ollie Watkins, Haaland, Solanke, they all miss big chances, but they're scoring double the amount of goals he's scoring in the Premier League as well. So it's like, where's the balance? And they're playing apart from Haaland, they're playing in worse teams who are creating less for them.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still contributing, and I get where you lot are coming from to a degree when you play for a smaller team, but at the same time, I don't think we can keep harping on about that because Solanke just got a £60 million move playing for Bournemouth, and now he's at Tottenham and he doesn't look as good as he did at Bournemouth. Granted, he's just got there. I'm not trying to like play him down or anything, but he doesn't even look remotely. And we remember when he was at Liverpool, I know he was younger, but he didn't look dangerous at Liverpool either. So some players can't handle being at bigger teams. Do you get what I mean? I think I get the point, Cal, I do, but it's also a bit disingenuous to always just go, oh, well, Isak, if he was playing, he might not be able to handle the pressure of playing at Liverpool, bro. And then do you get what I'm saying? Like but we don't know till he gets there, bro.
The only issue I'd have with Isak are injuries. Everything else, he's fine.
I'm not saying he won't be. I'm just saying we don't know until he gets here because he might not be able to handle the pressure of being a Liverpool number 9. There is a different level of weight that comes with the shirt when you're a Liverpool number 9. That's all I'm saying.
But then you could argue that Nunez hasn't dealt with the pressure of being a Liverpool striker either. Then
40 goal contributions or more in 2 seasons isn't rubbish, though, is it?
No, I'm
It's
saying
not rubbish. People are acting like this guy's done nothing. I think that's where my biggest frustration is when it comes to Nunez, why I defend him so much. I get where people are coming from to a degree. But how can you be the second biggest goal contributor in a season and be called a bum? You're not good enough, get rid of. So what is everyone else then?
Because
I found the
bread
Nunez
and butter is the
miscomp
Premier
not
League.
play.
Since he's been at the club, he's only scored, I think, 20
Oh,
Premier League goals.
if you're gonna play a Nunez, can I put my Nunez passion comp on so we can actually watch it?
No, you can't. No,
We're not doing the Pirlo stuff today, Tom.
no, we're not.
And
He
why
just
we
called
can't
Darwin
only
Nunez
talk
Pirlo.
about the Premier League, guys, because he's still scoring goals. Europa League, FA Cup, and all that might not be the same level. But
Europa
a goal
League,
is a goal.
Drifty, have some
The
respect.
thing
man.
is, the thing is
No, a
with
goal
Nunez.
is a goal. Come on, man. If you're scoring, if he don't score it, you'll judge him even more. You'll be like, he can't even score in the Europa League.
No,
But then he scores and you go to it's only the Europa League.
No,
You can't
because
win.
It is Europa League, though.
But Europa League was such an easy standard for us up until we got to Atlanta that he should be banging goals in that competition. Like, do you remember Salah's first game in Europa League when he come off the bench and he's scoring scrappy goals that shouldn't even have been goals? And like, no one's really talking about those goals
But
because
that
like,
happens in the Champions League. You get, up until this season, there were some terrible Champions League games. Young boys. Imagine you're playing young boys. Like, what standard is that?
To be fair, Nunez's European pedigree is actually quite good. Nunez has a decent
Union
record in
SG
European
and all
football.
them teams, bro. Like our Europa group was one of the easiest groups I've seen in my entire life.
Nunez got 6 goals for Benfica the season before we bought him in the Champions League.
No, that's fair. That's fair. He did.
You get what I mean? Like, he's just got European pedigree. He's shown it.
No, he hasn't got European pedigree.
Did you just
When
say
he's been
Nunez has
given an
European
opportunity
pedigree?
in Europe, he has done well in
Lord.
Europe.
He hasn't got European pedigree, Drew.
God help me.
The
There is no
thing
way you
with
just said
Nunez-
Nunez has European pedigree. That's crazy. I swear to God. That's
The point we're at with Nunez now, I understand people's frustrations. I am also very frustrated with him. I feel like ultimately he needs a chance. He needs a run of games this season because I was very impressed with his performance. Stop and taking the piss out the fact that I think he's a midfielder. As a striker, I thought he was very good in terms of doing a lot of the off the ball work and a lot of the pressing. And I think he was important in allowing us to nullify Chelsea after we scored our second because Slot was a slot because Nunez was running around so much and covering so much ground with his pressing. It allowed him to drop Szoboszlai back into the midfield and stop them overloading us. But in the he starts the 3 games this season for us, Nunez. Bournemouth scored, West Ham assisted, and then Bologna, I don't think he got one, but he had a decent game. I feel like, added on to the fact that now Joss is injured and stuff, Nunez deserves a run, but it's make or break season for him now. He had the benefit with Klopp. If this season, under a new manager, I leave the season, I go, yeah, it's still not enough. Because my ask of a striker has changed now. If Nunez was to end this season on 15 goals, but I could see he was pinning that defence back. He was leading the press. He was bringing others into the game. He was crucial in getting Diaz goals and Szoboszlai goals and Salah goals and whoever it was behind them goals. Then yes, I'll be fine with it because I understand that the role of the striker in this team is different to what it was last year under Klopp, where it almost felt like last year this team was built to give Nunez the chances, whereas now I think Nunez would just be a cog to give other people chances. If he pulls it off this year, then yeah, I can understand the changing opinions. If he doesn't, I know what kind of strike that by.
You know what? Before we move on from it, just to back up my claim, because I don't say things for the sake.
Oh, we're not gonna move on from it. I'm drop boxing the Nunez miscomp. Yeah, we're gonna do this.
We can stay with it. This is the reason why Nunez has European pedigree. Yeah, and when people hear that, they think I'm saying he's Cristiano Ronaldo or like Raul. No, but do you know why he has European pedigree? Because he has 10 goals in 17 appearances in the Europa League, and he has 10 goals in 20 appearances in the Champions League. That means he's got 20 goals in 37 European games. That is better than a 1 in 2. If you're going to find me a striker that has a better than 1 in 2 right now, then I will shut up. But let's go and find the Isaks and the Ollie Watkins and all these players who haven't even really played much European football that people are saying are just way better than Nunez. 1 in 2 in the Champions League and better than a 1 in 2 in the Europa League. Is that not European pedigree, guys? If I said to you, we're buying a striker who's got 20 goals in 37 European games, and you didn't even know who I was talking about, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, wicked, bring him in.
It's not European pedigree, bro.
That's not European pedigree.
He's got better than a 1 in 2. How is that not pedigree in Europe?
because of the context drift. Like, I'm sorry, we never speak about.
What context?
No,
do
hold
you
on.
need?
We rarely speak about strikers or any player having European pedigree if they play Europa League. He's played one season Europa League, one season Champions League.
He's got
You
10 and
can't
20 in
also
the Champions League, Cal. That's a
Yeah.
1 and 2 in the Champions League.
Cool, but 10 goals in the Champions doesn't mean you've got European pedigree.
But when you've only played 20 games, yes, it does.
It
It's
doesn't,
a 1
bro.
and 2, bro, in the
It's not
Champions League.
pedigree though. If that's the case, Ollie Watkins is top 5 Premier League strikers. If that's the case, then
You guys
he's
ready
played
for this?
If the
You
word
guys ready?
pedigree seems to be baffling people or seems to be rubbing people the wrong way, pause. Let's forget about that. If I said to you there's a striker with a 1 and 2 in the Champions League, are you telling me that you wouldn't say bring him in? 1 and 2, 10 goals in 20 games in the Champions
No, I
League.
wouldn't. No, I
and
wouldn't.
if you go, he's got 10 in 20. I'd be like, I maybe need to see a bit more of him. What's his league?
Yeah,
form like?
and the reason why I wouldn't, there are some scrub teams in the Champions League. But anyway, let's do this.
But
because
he's been scoring
busy.
them against good teams. That's the point.
I was busy getting this ready. You get me? As you guys were discussing this. Because Drifty is asking, what is a big chance? Have you seen some of these big chances? Obviously, audio's off. I had to reduce the quality so we don't get copyright infringement. But it's obvious where
big chances, by the way.
it's obvious. No, because you said, do we know what some of these big chances are? Yes, we do know. We can show it right here. Right in front of your own eyes. Right here. That's chance number one.
That is a big chance.
That is a big chance. Perfect. Okay, now we're getting some. We're getting some. I forget the Diaz one. This is the Trent one. I'm going to show you just examples of big chances that Darwin Nunez missed. Right here, Fulham. Is this a big chance that the top striker should score?
No, it's just a good chance. He's got a defender on him at an angle with a keeper to beat. How is it a big chance?
Come on, Drifty. Right there.
It's a chance.
It comes down to what you define as a big chance. We've made big chances subjective.
There is no way this is not a big chance. There is no way. Right in front of the Fulham.
I can hear the argument for that not being a big chance. As a striker, if that defender's sliding on, yeah, it does.
There's a defender right on him as he's about to pull the trigger.
So are we saying big chances are only when no one's around you then?
Yeah, but that's not how big chance operates.
Those are the chances people are remembering when they're judging Nunez. So, for example, the one
Because
against
he's
Luton.
so many of those, but this
They
is a
just
big
remember
chance.
those chances.
Cal,
Guys, this is a big chance.
if Tim Ream doesn't slide in there, it's a big chance. But it's the fact of the matter that he's going right in there. That's to me is the only argument you can make. Say that's not a big chance.
This is still a big chance, guys. He's in line with the penalty spot, so he's about 12 yards
Here,
out.
we can go back.
He's got the ball under control. The ball's near him.
This is
He
not a
hasn't
big
even
chance.
got to the ball yet, bro. He hasn't got the ball under
Okay,
control.
there. This is not a big chance, right there.
Wait a minute. If Jackson missed the chance of the weekend, would you what would you guys say about that?
But that was
Good
different, bro. He was in on
I'd say
goal
it was good defending.
1-on-1.
So what?
Jackson
Nunez
was
isn't here
1-on-1,
here.
bro. He'd already beat the whole line of defense, and he was in on the goalkeeper 1-on-1. Nunez has still got the defender breathing down his neck. He has to take the shot first time.
So what? Virgil went.
So what? He has a defender breathing down his neck. This is the Premier League. You're gonna have defenders breathing down your neck.
But the point I'm making is, it's a good chance. But this big chance metric where people are based, when people say big chance, they're basically saying it was he should have scored it more than he should have missed it. This is this is literally should have scored it more than he should have missed it. 50-50 chance. It's an angle with a keeper and a defender trying to stop him. It's a 50-50.
If Nunez is as good as you, is this a big chance? We all remember this right here.
This is what I consider when people have in their mind.
Okay, but that's 3 points right there. That's 3 points. That's 3 points right there, Luton.
Those are the type of chances they're remembering.
Yeah, and there's more. There's still a whole minute of this right here. You get me? This is the Diaz one. Forget the Diaz one, because this is like a Salah.
I'm not saying there aren't chances that he should be scoring.
Is this a big chance, Drifty?
Oh, yeah, of course, that's a big chance.
That's beyond the big chance.
That's
But
beyond
so
the
far,
big
there's
chance.
only
That's
been
like
2
my
out of the
grandmother can
total
score this.
Big chances that we've seen so far. The other ones are 50-50s.
No, you didn't say the other ones are 50-50. Not all of them. Not all of them.
I'm saying, for example, the one that
you said this one he should have scored right there. You said this one he should have scored.
Yeah.
So that's one right there. You get me? You said the one.
But you know what? Even if you want to go back and we want to really dissect that other chance, He has his back to goal as a pass is played, and it's on the spin. So
Yeah, but you can't keep making excuses. If
But
he's
it's
good
not
as you're
an
saying,
easy
then
chance.
No, we're
yeah,
not.
but
we're not,
if
we're
he's
not
as
making
good as
excuse
you're
for that
saying,
one
then you
against
can't
Cam.
make an excuse
To
of
be
there's a
fair,
defender next to him.
The first one is more on Nunez because he doesn't need to take it first time on the spin. He's got more space than he realised.
This one right
Holy
here.
on Nunez, that one.
God have mercy.
Holy on Nunez.
This is bad. This one's bad.
God
And
have
if
mercy.
we are going to do a compilation while we're at it, if we're going to be looking at the misses.
This
Let's
one,
go and look
big
at-
chance.
Let's go and look at the finish.
Now, what
This
I
is
want to
a
say, yeah,
hard
I will defend Drifty here. If a goalkeeper saves it, I think there's got to be a difference made. If the goalkeeper pulls off a good save, I'm not necessarily blaming my striker for that.
Okay,
Sometimes
is
you
this
gotta
a good
defend the
save?
goalkeeper. Yeah,
Of
it's a good
course,
save.
it's a good save.
He shot it right at him. Where do we go from here,
Right,
guys?
right.
Come on now. Let's be honest.
What
I
do you
swear,
want him
let's
to
just
do
be
this
honest.
time,
He shot it right at him. Right at him. Half chance.
Your guy's definition of a big chance is a chance that it should be unmissable. That's not a big chance. That's
No,
an
Yes.
unmissable chance.
When it's more than a 50-50.
You do
this
know
one a big
penalties are
chance?
50-50 as well, right? By their count as big chances.
This is another good save.
Right at the keeper. Once
That's a
again.
good save, though. It's a good save.
Tom, it's literally right at the keeper. Why are you guys
Like-
so
like,
disingenuous?
Do you want him to turn into fucking Mr. Miyagi and karate kick it into the far corner? No, he's got to throw something at it.
He
Situations like
literally
that are
kicked it
defended.
right at the keeper. Literally right at the keeper. There's a couple of ones that
No,
aren't
but,
even.
but you see what I'm
no,
saying?
they're
This is the point that Tom's making.
This
The
is a big
Is this a
chance.
big chance?
The last
This
three
is a big
chances that
chance.
have been shown.
Is this a big?
The
Is this a big
goalkeeper
chance?
is making good saves, and everyone's still going, "Ah, shit, he missed."
Is this a big? Is this a big chance, boys?
I don't even remember it. I'd have to actually see the clip played on. Play it on.
Okay, here we're playing.
This to me is a big chance. This to me is.
I don't even remember this.
Just
Yeah,
so painful.
I would consider that. But at the same time, like I said, I understand where you lot are coming
There's
from.
a defender on him, though.
No, but on his left foot, still hit the target. Keeper saved it. Yeah, I want him to score that, but I'm not berating him and
He
saying
didn't
that,
hit the
"Look how
target,
crap
though.
he is because he couldn't score
He didn't
that."
hit the target. He
Did the
didn't.
keeper just make a save there?
No, he didn't.
It,
Watch.
it rolled wide.
There you are.
Okay, no,
See?
yeah, that's a bad man. I thought the keeper
Okay, this
saved
one
it.
I think fair enough. This okay, see this right here. This me being honest. This is actually a good save from Ederson.
But it was a good
This
save.
I can
in the
say okay, it's a
Newcastle
good
game,
save.
John.
Yeah,
It was
this
a
one I
good
can say it's a
save from the
good save.
keeper in
But
the
if you're right in front
Newcastle
of goal,
game.
you can't say that's a good save right here.
Look at these chances they're considering big chances. That is look at the angle there, and the keeper saves it. And
But
now
why
I'm
is he shooting then?
Who
because
can he
there's
pass
no other
to?
option. What?
So he can't hold the ball there and then pass it to
Oh,
someone
come
making
on,
a
Carl,
run.
mate. He'll get closed down and tackled if he holds it up. There's 5 players around him.
Then
He's
you
gone
pass
for
it
goal.
back
It's a
then.
tight angle.
There's
just
no
think
way
there's
you.
an-
you-
The
I am
only
saying that
option,
Nunez
the only
doesn't
option he's
make
got there is to
chances,
feed it
but
back to Jota, which he
the
should have done.
judgment is harsh.
This
It's
right
not like
here.
this
It's
then.
harsh. Look, that's a difficult angle, but that's a big
Yeah, but
chance.
if you're a 64 million pound striker, I'm expecting you to score these.
I'm not
That's-
mentioning the price. Forget about the price. If you're a striker, I'm expecting you to do better with the majority of those chances.
Facts.
That
It's
last
not
one
like-
is one.
I never
that
speak
last one
about
I
price
feel like
because
you should have
Adrian was a
forward.
free signing, but we sat here and we still criticized him when he lost us games and did stuff,
Yeah.
regardless of his price. So I don't bring up the price tag. Money comes, money goes. We've had duds who we've overpaid for. We've had quality players who we've underpaid for. So Bosla at the moment we overpaid for, looks like a dud. McAllister we underpaid for, looks like a world-class player in the making. So that's why I don't mention price tag when it comes to Darwin or anyone. I'm looking at the quality of the player. I'm looking at the fact of he's getting these chances and he's missing them, but we're still making excuses for him. I will never sit here and call Darwin a crap striker. He's not crap. But there's a difference in levels between being a world-class striker or a striker that's going to take you to the league and where he is. I'm not saying he can't get there. I believe in Slot's training methods. I believe in Slot as a coach. But if he's going to get there, he needs to get there quick. Because in my opinion, a player should get 2 seasons. I'm sitting there as a big Szoboszlai fan saying, if Szoboszlai don't turn his form around between now and the end of the season, I'm selling him in the summer. Nunez, for me, didn't get sold in the summer because we got a new manager coming in. Otherwise, I'd be saying, yeah, he's got to go as well. But the notion that Isak can't do what he does or get more goals, the notion that Watkins couldn't, and I don't even rate Watkins like that. The notion that these other strikers couldn't do it because Liverpool shirt weight might weigh too heavy or because they're doing it at a smaller club, you have to add context to it. Nunez came from a club in Benfica where he was the main focal point all the time, but he still missed chance over there. We signed him off the back of how well he played against us. That was Klopp's thing. Klopp saw Liverpool as a top 3 team in the world, which we were at the time, and he thought, right, if this guy's giving us problems, then imagine we put him in our team. What Klopp didn't take into consideration is we played the highest of high lines, which played into Nunez's hands. Teams don't play high lines against us because if you play high line against Liverpool, you get ripped to shreds. So then if you take away the high line, then you're relying on Nunez's technical ability and footballing IQ. So far, his technical ability hasn't been there and his football IQ is 50-50. This season so far, in the limited game times he's had, Nunez has shown he's improved from last season with his footballing IQ and technical ability. The goal he scored against Bournemouth is probably our best goal so far this season. Might end up being our best goal all season. But he has to do it on a regular basis to be called having European pedigree or to be told he's a gunman or he's Liverpool's guy. It has to be on a regular basis. It has to be. I'm never going to say
I agree. I agree with you on that.
And
if you have that many big chances missed, but 20 goals, no one's going to say anything. That's the logic.
I think they will. But I've admitted that I'm willing
because no one says that about Haaland. You said it yourself. No one says it about Haaland. Why? Because he gets 20 plus goals.
No, Husam, the problem is the agenda's already there now. No one's willing to peel back on it. That's what the
No,
problem
I'm willing to peel back. I know Callum's willing to peel back, but just get 20 goals and we win.
These things, I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking that in generalities because obviously, like I have conversations with you guys. So I'm not even just talking about you guys because I'm still hearing people not peeling back on Diaz. They want to die on the bridge that they've built. Diaz has been playing brilliantly this season, and people want to die on the hill that Diaz isn't good enough. And Nunez goes in the same bracket. No matter how well he does, they want to die on the hill that he's not good enough. I've even said, Husam, I believe that Nunez should probably become a squad player at Liverpool. And Cal can even back me on that. As much as I love Nunez, but when I hear people saying he's not good enough for Liverpool, get rid of him, I ask you, who has more than 31 goal contributions in our team? Because if he's not good enough to be a squad player and you think that's the standard, then get rid of everyone then in the attack. Because none of our other attackers even came close to 31 goal contributions other than Mo. So why is he not good enough to be a squad player with 31 goal contributions? So I'm confused as to why people are just so one way, they're not willing to look at any of the positives. Big game player. He scored against Man U. He scored against Arsenal. He scored against Real Madrid. He scores in big games as well. He can actually be effective. He is a very good squad player.
2 questions then, Drift. Regardless of his GA, you don't rate Osimhen?
No, I rate Osimhen. I just think Osimhen is overhyped. People were acting like he was the best thing since sliced bread.
Okay, but you don't think Osimhen's better than Nunez?
No, I think they're the same.
All right, so that's the first one. To me, if you're going to do the GA thing, then you have to rate Osimhen higher than Nunez then. If you're going to do the GA thing.
Why? Statistically, they're pretty much the same. I've actually gone through the stats. There's barely anything different. They've literally got almost the same amount of career goals, bro.
There's no way we're equating Nunez to Osimhen.
The Diaz stuff, Drift, we're how many games in so far to the season?
Osimhen's at Galatasaray.
8 games.
But that's because of his disagreements with Conte.
Why isn't he somewhere else?
Drift,
but that's because of his disagreements with Conte, and he would have been somewhere else if they accepted the Chelsea bid. But
why didn't anybody else want him?
Chelsea, bro. Chelsea went all out.
Chelsea won everybody. They're not a good metric to run by.
But he scored 20. Osimhen scored 26 goals in 32 games when Napoli won the league.
Yeah, but that's his only
26 in Serie A, by the way.
Bro.
In Serie A.
That's his only standout season in his career.
Yeah, but Nunez don't even have a standout season.
No, he doesn't.
31 goals for Benfica the year that we bought him.
Yeah, but that's so Portuguese. Come on,
so
Portuguese.
Husam, I'm not going to hear you slag off the Portuguese league when just last stream you said you'd buy Jokeras from the exact same league.
I already explained it. He done it at Coventry.
One thing.
No, but Husam, the point is they've both only got one standout goal scoring season.
No, because if we're gonna do that, Nunez is got what 11 and 9 in the Premier League, right? In the last 5 years, so 2021, Osimhen got 10 goals, then 14 goals, then 26, then 15. He had a lot of injuries last season. Nunez hasn't broken 11 goals in the Premier League. In fact, Nunez, I think, has broken 14 goals twice in his whole life.
Yeah, and do you want to know what the context is? At Napoli, apart from maybe Cavastalia, nobody's really chipping in with goals. It's very much catered to him. Liverpool have got 4 or 5 forwards who all score goals. We share the goals out. Salah is our main. If you want to add the context,
Mo Salah changed the way he plays football, and Klopp changed the system for Nunez. So we did cater for him.
But we have still got a number of forwards who all score goals and share the goals out. All of our forwards got 15 plus goals last season. All of our forwards, we share the goals out more.
Yeah, but a lot of that is Europa League heavy, Carabao Cup heavy, FA Cup heavy. A lot of them are not Premier League.
Hassan, we were chasing four trophies. Do you know what I mean? We tried to win 4 trophies. So, of course, you've got to score goals in those competitions, right? Without Gakpo's goals, we don't even get a trophy last season. You have to share the goals.
Scoring goals against Preston North End and Toulouse is not the measuring stick for a successful front line. That's what I'm saying.
Nunez is also scoring goals against your Man Uniteds and your Real Madrids. It's not like he doesn't
when
score
did he score
in
against Man United?
He got a brace against Man United.
He's talking about the 7-0.
Yeah.
You're so
he scored the opening goal against Real Madrid when we was in the Champions League.
The shamelessness of bringing up the 7-0 game. It's so shameless bringing up that game because he played 3 stinkers against Man United after that.
All right, I'm gonna kill the GA chat right now. With all due respect, is Nkunku having a good season, boys?
Nkunku.
Yeah, when he plays, he is. Yeah.
I haven't been really paying attention, but
I like Nkunku. I wanted him before Nunez.
No, I'm not. No, forget whether he's good or not, whether he's talented or is he having a good season?
When he plays,
I don't know. I haven't paid attention enough.
The problem is he's not having a good. He's not playing.
I mean, does he even play much? I don't even know how much he plays.
He's on, I think, 7 goals this season.
Yeah, but that's the point. He doesn't play in the Premier League because of the way Maresca manages.
1 has come in the Premier League, 3's come in the Conference League, and 3 came against Barrow, I believe, in the FA Cup or whatever competition.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So if we're going to
using your logic, he's having a great season. 7 goals.
He's on 7 goals. He's on 7 goals.
But Nkunku's a good player, though.
No, but if you're just taking GA, he's on 7 goals. He's outscoring most strikers, most attackers so far.
No, but I don't use. I'm not using only GA. I'm saying I'm using that as a question for when people say he's not a useful squad player.
You have to use only GA.
No,
if you want to add the context to it, Nunez is very useful outside of goals. His movement, his runs, the way he harasses defense.
Being mentioned is 31 GA, or he's doing this.
Because that's the simple way to do it, because people don't like hearing about other stuff.
All right, so my thing is, I'm saying Nunez is having a better season than Nkunku right now.
No, he can't because he's barely played.
Nkunku's barely played in the league.
No, but just generally speaking, Nunez has only played about 200
I'm
minutes.
telling you, I'm saying from the games I've watched, Nkunku has not been better than Nunez this season.
I haven't watched enough.
I'm still taking Nunez.
But I haven't watched enough of Nkunku. I don't know.
So the context would be that Nkunku scored a hat-trick against Barrow, who is dead.
That's why Callum's point is the difficulty of opponent you're scoring against. Nunez has a lot of goals in the Europa League, a lot of goals in Carabao Cup, FA Cup, stuff like this against lower opposition sides, against shitter sides. And when it comes to Premier League football, when it comes to where we really need them, you're talking about the 7-0 game. The game after that, 0-0 against Man United at Anfield. The game after that, away at Old Trafford, he stank in that game. He stank in the FA Cup game as well. Manchester City, the less said about that game, the better. When he gave us a high blood pressure when Mo Salah scored and he came on and he ruined about 3-4 counterattacks. Thing is with Darwin Nunez, the only reason why you can use only GA is the following: doesn't have a good first touch, can't pass the football, can't create, always offside. There is nothing positive about Darwin Nunez other than
the first two. I don't think he's got.
He's always offside, but he definitely doesn't have a bad touch, and he can definitely pass.
No, his touch is inconsistent. He's got an inconsistent first touch. He's not got a dead first.
That was the first season narrative. Nunez's first touch hasn't been poor from last season till now.
It's inconsistent. He's got an inconsistent first touch.
I disagree with that.
Yes, and for the money and for the money that we paid, money matters when you're a Liverpool fan. It does. 64 million is not something we pay often. The only 2 players more expensive than Nunez are Alisson and Van Dijk, by the way. That's it. So when we pay that much money for a player, he has to succeed. And if he doesn't succeed, then it's a problem. That's why for me, Liverpool Football Club cannot afford the 64 million pound bench player or squad option that runs around and causes chaos. In the last 21 games, he scored 2 goals. Actually, now 22. In the last 22 games, he scored 2 goals. And that's simply not good enough. That's it.
But I get that. I'm not. For me, every player who was under pressure on the clock got a bit of a clean slate this season because I want to see how they perform under the new manager. at the end of the day, we've seen limited minutes from Nunez this season for whatever reason. When he has played, he's impressed me. Not to the level where I'm going, oh my God, he's worth what we paid. Oh yeah, but I'm going, all right, that's sound. That he's given me a solid performance against Bournemouth, solid performance against West Ham. Came off the bench against Chelsea and done well. Thing is, you're doing all that, but your whole thing
for a Nunez solid performance is so low. It's so low, honestly.
You've just
there is
done the
no
whole.
Callum, there's no
done the whole
expectation of
GA
score a goal, do something. It's just like he came
The
on
two games
and he
I
ran
mentioned,
around,
the
and then
two
Tom
games I
comes here and
mentioned,
tells
he
us he's
scored and
Andrea
assisted in.
Pirlo.
I
What
disagree
can I
with
do
that.
now?
He's been good so far this season.
The two games I
Come on,
mentioned was one which he scored and one which he assisted in. They were the only two games I mentioned because they're the only two games he started. And Bologna, where he didn't do anything. He didn't score or assist. But I still thought that he was relatively
Sam,
involved
do
in
you
the
think
game.
assists matter, or do you hate that conversation in terms of like, do you dismiss this because he's a striker? Do you think who cares if he gets an assist?
Yes, for strikers, zero fucks given about assists. I don't care.
That's
Because
crazy.
I tell you why, honestly, Erling Haaland could have a 10 out of 10 season with having 0 assists. No problem.
No, but
But-
that's a different conversation. We're talking about
Yes,
the fact
because
that
Man
he has
City don't
this
have a
thing.
Mohamed Salah.
Okay, but Tom, that's not the point. I'm saying as a striker, you can still have a world-class 5-star season if you had 0 assists.
Oh no, I
can't-
agree with that.
You
No,
can't have a good
100%.
season if you have 0 goals as a
No,
striker.
I
You
agree.
can't.
I agree with that. But the point I'm making is, if I go through his assists for last season, just an example, when people act like, who gives a shit about assists? He has assists against Villa, Brighton, Everton, Man United, Chelsea. Like, people say, not a big game player. If he's getting assists in big games, yes, we want him to score more, but this should also be credited to him, right? Well, if we're going to add everything into the context of
I'm going to be a bit of a bastard here, and this is where I'm going to kill the assist argument again.
even
We
though those
speak-
are against big teams in
No,
big
no,
games.
hear me out. I, you know, I'm me drift. I'm all about assists as well as goals. Like, I'm all for it. But you see this notion that Darwin gets assists so it's calm. You know, since Haaland and Darwin have both been in the league, Haaland's had 13 assists in the Premier League, and Darwin's had 11. Haaland's had more assists since he's been in the Premier League than Nunez.
And Haaland doesn't play with Mo
So I
Salah.
give credit to Haaland for that. Then I'm not trying to.
But none of us speak about Haaland being a creator or anything like that. But
No.
he's got more
We'd also have to add the context of what type of assist, because I can give you the compilation of Nunez assists, and they're very good assists. It's Haaland doing 5-yard passes and somebody scoring.
Yeah, but some of Haaland's passes are also really good.
Haaland's passes.
No, fair
For
enough.
example,
I haven't
You
seen
don't see me saying Haaland is a creator. I always mention Haaland's goals. I'm consistent.
No one speaks about Haaland's assists. They
No,
speak
I'm
about
just
his
saying I
goals.
don't know the context of Haaland's assists. I've never seen any of them, but
But
I've
he's still
seen
had
them,
more.
This is
and
the
they're
context.
difficult passes. And he's
This is
and
the
he creates
context,
himself.
Drifty. 2 goals in 22 games, 13 big chances scored out of 48. 64 million pounds. That's just not good enough. That's it. Let's just put everything
So would
to the
you
side.
sell him?
Yes, I would. 100% I would. If his performances continue, I would, because Liverpool Football Club, we need to understand our owners. Me and you had the conversation about Van Dijk and Mo. Can we replace Van Dijk and Mo out there in the world? It's a possibility. But we don't pay that money for those type of players. So when we do pay 64 million pounds for a player, he must bang. We cannot afford to have 64 million pound asset sitting on the bench. It does not work for us.
I get
Because
that.
we have
I get
FSG
that.
as owners. Had I been at Man City and Nunez doesn't work, I'm going to go buy Haaland the day after. It's different. Then you can go
I
like,
agree with that.
yeah,
I
then you
agree
can go like, Haaland's not working. I'll bring on Nunez off the bench. But we can't afford that as Liverpool fans. We can't, because that's just not how we operate. That's the issue with this.
I agree with that. But I don't think that's a Liverpool issue. I think that's a reason why FSG shouldn't be our owner's issue.
Yeah,
so I'm going to try and stay away from that, because our ambition should be that it's okay to have a 60 million pound player on the bench, because that's how you build a proper squad. That's our ownership issue, and we all know. I don't think anyone here wants.
Yeah, that's why I'm FSG out.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants FSG in. So yeah, that's a different conversation for a different day. I get you on that one. I understand that. Yeah. But then again,
and at the end of the day, listen, I became Callum and Tom saw the video. I'm public enemy number 1 in Colombia. These guys are clipping me up
now and Hungary
and in Spanish and just talking about me. They call me the bearded one. This season, the way Diaz
Colombia is wild, bro. I wouldn't start trouble in that part of the world.
Yes.
I'm not.
We have been telling him. We have been telling him this.
Hold on a minute. Am I guilty by association? What?
I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm good. No, I got Chris
For me
Angel, bro. I'm
specifically,
good.
yeah. So, but at the start of the season, Diaz starts the season really well. I'm saying, okay, Diaz, just do it more consistently, and I'm fine. Like I'm not. I on the show last week, Callum and Tom here, they'll tell you, they'll vouch. I said we should start Diaz against Chelsea. So obviously, I'm always willing to change my mind if new information, players start playing well. The problem with Nunez is he's been doing this for the last 2 years now. And I've had enough of season 3, same movie again of, oh, he runs around, he causes chaos. It's about the assists and he does this and he does that. The truth of the matter is he's a striker. 48 big chances missed, 13 scored in the Premier League, not good enough. Goals against Toulouse and Preston North End and whoever the hell, like I'm just not looking at that for 64 million pounds as a Liverpool fan. I need more. I need a goal scorer. I need a running mate. So for me, when it comes to Nunez, I am willing to sell him. 100% I'm willing to sell him if we get a proper replacement in. But yeah, it is what it is at this point. Let me just read a couple of these super chats before we wrap up. Big up to David Race, who says you can make Downing look good in a compilation.
No,
I promise you can go to. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
It's a crossing compilation. The whole
Also,
honest
Tom,
to
how
God.
would you know? You were 5 years old at the time.
Ha
I'm not
The
even
whole-
joking. I'm not
When
even
did that-
joking. How old were you in
Down in the
2012?
Villa was good. I can't lie.
How,
Down in the
how,
Villa
old, how old was I in 2012?
Mhm.
We didn't sign him in 2012. Did we sign him in 2011?
Yeah. How old were you in 2011? This works for you then.
I will have been when he signed.
What year were you born,
9?
Tom? That's the easiest way to figure it out.
I think I was
So
9 when he signed.
So I'm supposed to believe 9-year-old Tom Little knew what he was talking about when fucking 19-year-old Tom Little doesn't know
No.
what he's talking about. There you are, talking about Darwin Nunez as the next.
How
Andrea
would that be?
Pirlo.
Right, okay. Let's applaud Husam's mass here. How would that be 9 in 2011 and 19 in 2024?
Wow. Okay, you're 20. Yeah, but that's even worse for you then. The 22-year-old Tom doesn't know what he's talking about. Never mind the 9-year-old Tom.
22-year-old Tom knows plenty what he's talking
Fraud.
about.
Anyway, it is what it is. Tom, watch the comp where Nunez passed to opposition at Old Trafford for us to concede. Didn't he do that as well this season against someone, I swear? Forest, was it? Where he lost the ball and we conceded?
We're not blaming Nunez for the
Oh my!
Forest goal.
We're blaming the striker for
I'm
losing the
just
ball
saying.
around the opposition box, and then they go
just
to the other end and
saying.
score.
No. Husam,
Just putting it out there.
Gatpo should have taken a
Just
yellow
stating
card.
the facts.
Conor Bradley did badly against Hudson-Odoi, and then Konate turned his back on it. There's no way Nunez takes any blame there. There were so many people that could have stopped that from happening. It's unreal. The Man United one, yeah, he basically passed it to the opposition. That's on him.
That you know what that's like, Husam? That's like blaming fucking who's it? Salah for the Real Madrid goal in the Champions League
Can I
final in
just say,
2022
I'm
because he
consistent
gave
when
the
it comes
ball
to
away and
Nunez.
then they went up the other end and scored. But 4 people
I'm
should have stopped it
consistent.
before that.
When it comes to Nunez, I'm consistent. I'll give him his praise and I'll criticize him, but I'm very fair when it comes to Nunez. I believe.
So am I.
I won't just trash him.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah,
love
but
it how
you guys just make every excuse over the Just make every excuse. Listen, this season it's Prem and champs. This season there's no to lose. So let's see. Let's see how he performs this season. Darwin Nunez isn't good enough for Liverpool to win titles. End off. This is just the reality. We need.
When he
That's why
scores the
earlier
winning
on.
goal at the Emirates at the weekend, I'm coming for everyone.
Oh yeah,
You're welcome back on the show next week if he scores the winning goal. You can gloat all you want, but I'll still tell you it's 3 goals in 23
I will
games.
be there, brother.
I'll just tell you it's 3 goals in 23 games, and then I win the argument.
You got me when the agendas are running.
It would be 25 games by next week because he's probably going to play midweek against Leipzig and then.
Yeah, this is
Arsenal
true because
weekend.
there's no Jota.
Because
Is what it
he's
is.
got fucked ribs. Because that
There-
wasn't a
there's
red card,
two-
apparently.
There's 2 super chats that's interlinked here. Vince says, Drifty mate, I love you, but it's time to go. You might not know the context, so let me show you the context. Play the Tom Little club out video so you know who Drifty is teaming up with. Just watch this quick.
I don't know who to go to first. I'm going to go to you, Tom, as Liverpool got smacked up today. What are you saying?
It's okay, Tom.
Yeah, again, mate. I love you, but it's time to go. I think this is.
Yep. that's the
AI's
context.
mad nowadays, lads, isn't it? AI's fucking mental.
Yeah,
Tell me what
AI.
I can do, you know.
Yeah, AI
Scary what
in
that
about
can do.
360p AI, yeah?
Look,
I
That's
can't even
scary
hate
what
AI.
that can do,
AI's
you
got
know.
me a few times as well. AI's got me a few times
That's
as well.
scary,
hear it,
innit?
Tom.
Callum, I'll
Tom, don't
never
let
forgive
Duke
you
know
for
your address. That's all
Callum,
I'm
I'll
gonna
never
say.
forgive you for saying
Don't let him know your
FSG
address.
until the day I die. That's the worst one out of everyone on this panel. I'll be honest with you. That's the
Drift's
worst
not
one.
frozen, by the way, Tom. You know, Drift's not frozen.
Yes, yes, that's actually him. Oh my days, Tom. That's just that's who you combine with. Big up to Winston who says, listening to Drifty, this is painful as watching Nunez. My brother, give it up. This is another cringe moment, Drift. Clip this, Husam, is what Winston is saying.
Call it cringe all you want. Winston.
There was some literal behind that Winston then.
That was so much vitriol behind saying the way Winston. He's like, call me cringe, Winston. Hey, fair enough. Big up to you, Winston. I still
I'm
will
hoping
say.
Winston isn't younger than 50.
I'm just. Hey, I'm just saying. I personally say watching Nunez is a lot worse. I'll be honest with you. I'm willing to listen to Drifty. I'm not willing to watch Nunez any longer. Nunez has done great ball winning center midfielder future maybe. Jack, I've been giving you
Thank
praises and I've been cussing out Tom. By the way, Tom wore an England shirt. Jack.
Thank you,
That's
thank
why
you,
he told
Jack.
me to call him a dead man.
No, that's a lie, lad. That's a lie. Now, Jack,
Stop
me and you know what they say? They say great
Stop it.
minds think alike. They say great minds think alike. Me and you were on it. We're seeing the ball and we're seeing the passing range. We're seeing a guy who could run Premier League midfields.
I am so tired of this. I'm so tired of Tom's BS. Top 10 sides would expect their striker to score in those moments. He's inconsistent. Every game is a big game when fine margins decide the champions. Fact, he scored against Luton, had he scored in those important moments, then we're sat here going like, Darwin Nunez is a Premier League champion and he scored in important moments. At the minimum, he'd be a Divock Origi, but so far, he's not even an Andy Carroll.
He has
Andy
scored in
Carroll at
important
least.
moments.
Andy
He
Carroll
has
scored
scored
in
in
FA Cup
important
semi-final. Andy
That's
Carroll
what
scored twice against Man City when we beat them 3-0. One of
He has
the
scored in
half
important
volleys, Nunez could only score that in his dream. I'm just saying.
No, Nunez ain't as good as Origi. I agree with that. But he has scored in important moments, bro.
Nunez ain't as good as Origi, and you sat here arguing about it for half an hour.
I'll be
Origi's a
honest.
legend, bro.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. What Origi done for the football club? Very good. Origi is an actual footballer after he got that injury against Everton. Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Origi's one of the
he's a
most
good
clutch
player.
players we've had in the
Yeah.
Premier League.
Clutch, amazing.
Should I be-
as
should I be
an
completely
actual
honest with you?
footballer, didn't want him starting games. Couldn't have him
Shall I be
starting
real
games.
with you, Tom? You see, if Divock Origi got the same amount of minutes as Darwin Nunez has got, Origi outscores him and performs better.
I agree.
Yes,
100%.
Yeah,
I
100%.
agree, but I also don't think that certain chances Origi gets because I don't think he makes the same runs, and I don't think he
Name one
Origi-
finish. Name one finish like Origi versus Everton at home that Nunez has.
where he headed it from a yard over the line.
No, the one where he grabbed-
No. I'm talking about the
1-8,
4-1
1-8.
game.
Oh, I think that was goal of the season.
Oh, what the
Yeah.
one where Lovren's pinged it over the top and then
Mhm.
That game was 5-2, by the way.
Mhm.
I
No,
mean,
but that is
yes.
a little bit unfair, Hassan, because some of Nunez's goals.
I mean,
are
the
very
closest
impressive.
we've got is when he went through 1v1 against.
How's
Brentford
that
and then chipped the
unfair?
keeper.
No, because
64 million
Nunez-
pounds. That ain't unfair.
Nunez hasn't scored a goal that good, but for example,
Give me
I
a
think
sec,
it was
my mom's
Wolves
calling
when
me.
he scored a left foot volley when the ball came over his head. Or for example,
Trent
the
Barnes,
opening
FA Cup, we drew 2-2.
the opening goal against Real Madrid when he did the backflip. Like Nunez has scored good goals. Let's not act like Nunez.
Brentford away, you
Brentford
get
away.
you
Nunez has
one on one
scored
chips.
good goals. Look at it. Look when he chest controlled it and hit it on the half volley against Newcastle. Nunez has scored good goals. We're not going to act like Nunez doesn't score good goals. Look when he chipped the Brentford goalkeeper. Nunez scored good goals.
Both his goals against
Nunez- he
Slavia
does
Prague
have-
in the away leg, the one from.
Oh yeah.
And
I
the
forgot.
volley that he
Nunez
gets.
scores good goals. We're definitely not going to act like Nunez doesn't score good goals. Come on, Hassan. You
I
might not
promise
rate
you
him,
that
but
goal
he's
against
got a good
Bournemouth.
goal scoring.
If he replicates that goal against Bournemouth with a weak foot, I'm apologize. That's not going to happen again. When Darwin
sorry, I
Nunez,
forgot about that.
Why
Nunez,
would they need to recreate it on the weak foot?
because I just know he doesn't have a weak foot, so it's a safe bet.
No, but that's just an entirely fucking
That's a safe bet. Right? That's my safest bet of the whole season. When Nunez signed, they said he's better than Erling Haaland, and now he's a squad player. We cannot afford Darwin Nunez as a squad player. We do not need assists from our number 9. 100% Darmendra, and that's my point. And Tuchel is doubling down as well. He's saying, let's buy a striker for assists. Said no club ever. Completely agreed.
Do you want to know why I don't believe that narrative? Because I remember when we used to have the conversation about Mo and Mane, because there were so many people obsessed with comparing them. And I sat on so many streams and everyone told me, oh, but Mane never gets any assists. That's why Salah's better than him. And people would judge it. But
that's
now
a winger.
people are telling me forwards don't need to get assists. So
that's a winger. No, don't equate them. A winger compared to a striker.
But in our system, Mane and Salah were technically our strikers.
Yeah, but that's why Firmino got the assists. That's why it made sense.
No, but people judge Mane for not getting as many assists as Salah. That's the point I'm making. People,
yeah, but it is true though. Salah is a better passer than Mane. He is. You cannot do this in 2024.
Now
he is now, but at that time, I don't know if I'd agree with it at that time. Now
Salah's always been more creative than Mane, but that argument drift wasn't used to say Mane was rubbish. It was used to say we got to split 2 of the best wingers in world football. What metrics can you use to separate who's better than the other?
Yeah.
It wasn't a case of saying no one in their right mind could say Mane was crap.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it was crap. I'm saying they were judging him for not having any assists. They were saying, he's got to get assists. He's got to get assists.
No, they weren't judging him. They were comparing the two and using something that could separate them. It's like if you compare if you compare R9 with if you compare Ronaldinho with Bergkamp, for example, you're not gonna go Bergkamp hadn't got great ball retention, but you might go Ronaldinho's ball retention might be slightly better. You're not gonna say Bergkamp's got crap ball retention, but you're gonna
they were both world class at the time. But
I get that. I was just pointing out that people was trying to say forwards do need assists, and now they're saying it doesn't matter. So it just seems a bit conflicting.
Assists matter to me, but I think I've proven the point. Like the whole assist talk about Nunez, like he's an assist machine or anything when he's got less than Haaland, but Haaland's got triple the amount of goals.
But again, you're only
and that's where the problem lies. That's where the problem lies. I mean, that's what I care about Premier League. We didn't buy Nunez for Carabao Cup, Preston North End.
No, but if you play for Liverpool, you play for Liverpool. Whatever you do in the shirt counts. I think it's very disingenuous to like.
Yeah, but difficulty of opponent matters as well.
It does, but you have to beat who's in front of you, right? Ask Arsenal. They thought Bournemouth was going to be a walk in the park. You have to beat who's in front of you. You know what I mean?
Hope we beat them next week.
They both Haaland scored 70 odd goals. Nunez has scored 21. And Haaland's
I'm not comparing Nunez to Haaland.
I'm saying that's the
you probably did when we first signed them. Now it's no longer a conversation.
No. I still believe that overall ability wise, he's a better footballer than Haaland, but I'm not comparing him. No way. Haaland's a goal machine.
Nunez is unexplainably shite, is what Toka says. Agreed. Drifty, make a list and put me on it as well. If Nunez scores, call us out. Yeah, you can make a list. Same way I made a list for the Chelsea fans. Make a list with Nunez haters. Call me out. I have no problem.
You are not allowed to talk about your list after you bottled it and start going, oh, I'm sorry, Chelsea. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, he's not actually good.
Tom Little wanted Mason Mount. Guys, Tom Little wanted Mason Mount at Liverpool. Tom Little wanted Klopp. Tom Little wanted... Yes, Tom Little wanted Harvey Elliott and Carvalho to be the 2 8s 2 seasons ago. Tom Little wanted to pay 70 million for Decore. Tom Little said that 50 million for Lavia is not a good precedent. So I'm not even going to go there. If I name your howlers, we'd be here till tomorrow. So let's not even go there.
This sibling rivalry that you lot have got is beautiful, by the way.
And to be fair, Husam, you're the guy who said Curtis Jones is the worst footballer you've ever seen play for Liverpool. So who's the
but that was just an exaggerative term. You know this. I was just exaggerating.
Oh, so I'm not allowed to exaggerate, but he is, guys. That's what we were saying.
No, because your one was complete factual stuff. You didn't exaggerate. You said Elliott and Carvalho should start as the 8s. You said 70 million to pay for Decore.
That's actually never been
and
proven.
Callum asked you earlier on, would you still buy Decore? And you said yes.
Yeah,
imagine.
I'd still buy him.
He just said,
you even kicked the ball since we were linked.
Yeah, exactly. You want to shake Decore.
Yeah. By the way, guys,
he's been better than Morton this season.
Would you guys, if you could go back in time, would you keep Carvalho to play him instead of Szoboszlai?
No, because he didn't play.
I was thinking about that during the Chelsea game. I was like, low-key Carvalho.
The way he was playing in pre-season, I don't think we could turn our nose up at keeping him.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's another one. You said if we signed Hwang Hee-chan, we'd win the league.
Yeah,
What?
but Wang scored more goals than Diaz.
No,
And Mateta
Hussam,
scored more goals than
take
Nunez.
some accountability, Hussam. You're moving mad now.
Anyway, listen, we're gonna wrap up the stream, guys, because Callum has to go. You
All
get-
of that
you get-
Nunez slander,
guys.
and then Wang.
We're gonna leave you with the list of crimes of Tom
That's
Little to
another
end
one,
this
bro. He
video.
wanted to
Go
sign
subscribe
Sergio
to all these
Ramos.
guys'
He wanted to
channels.
sign Sergio Ramos.
Go, subscribe to the channels. I'll see you guys on the next
wanted
one.
to sign
Peace.
Sergio Ramos.
Bye-bye.